For many students in Alberta, summer break has just begun, but one mental health expert says now is the perfect time to start preparing kids for their return to class this fall. Dr. Fumi Stepahnie Hancock joins us this morning to talk more about it. Good morning, Dr. Hancock.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for joining us. Okay, so the last year and a half has been a roller coaster for people, including children, with schools switching from online to back in the classroom. For kids out there worried about what September will bring, what can parents do?
Oh my God, let's start with statistics here. Depression happens to be the number one mental health issues that our children are going through, including anxiety too. So having said that, it's important that when we need to let our children know what to expect in school, because many of them have been out of school for over a year. So let them know what to expect.
Okay. Now, while kids are enjoying their downtime, it's also helpful to get them to brush up on their core subjects before the fall. Can you tell us a little bit about that and why it's so important?
Wow. So many of our kids are going through anxiety. A lot of them are going through anger outbursts and things like that because they're quite not sure what to expect. So for example, if you have a kid that you know that his area of weakness is mathematics, it's important that you take that kid probably to the library, the local library, or a bookstore and get that kid prepared for what to expect.
What have you been seeing when it comes to children and people and families reaching out to you, from the community?
A lot of it's anger, a lot of anger outbursts, a lot of irritation, a lot of anxiety, people not knowing what the next step is because of misinformation, disinformation about mental illness out there. And a lot of times people don't, we're so focused on the pandemic right now. And the brewing pandemic right now, the brewing one is mental health. So a lot of what I'm seeing with our kids right now are kids going through suicidal ideation, suicidal thoughts. But if we talk about emotional intelligence and help them to prepare, I think, yeah.
And can we talk a little bit about that as well, about emotional intelligence and how that plays a role?
Absolutely. Emotional intelligence is when you have the ability to be able to perceive things, to be able to understand and manage your emotions. So there are 5 keys to it. One is self-awareness, teaching our kids to be self-aware about their emotions, about the things that they talk about or the things that they feel. Another one is self-regulation, being able to regulate their emotions. For example, if they're going through anger outbursts, being able to regulate that. And of course, motivation, motivating them to want to be the best of themselves, and empathy for others. Because we've been cooped up in the house, many are just so angry right now, and they need empathy and social skills.
Dr. Hancock, of course, making sure kids also get the most out of their summer can help them before school starts again.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And is it about creating those moments then?
Absolutely. It is so important that even in the middle of all this pandemic, we need to create some downtime for our kids. If it means just taking them to the park or going on vacation, it might be a short vacation because of the pandemic, but at least it's still a vacation. So taking them to places outside of what makes them afraid right now, it is a great way, a great segue into going back to school.
Thank you so much for joining us. We're already out of time, Dr. Hancock.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
And for more information, you can go to POB Psychiatric Health.